Good afternoon. Welcome back. Glad that you guys are here with us. We're going to check sound, so please type in the comments if you can hear us, and our technology people will make sure that that's sounding good. This afternoon at 1:30, we are talking about trumpet pedagogy. Everyone here has a trumpet mouthpiece. If you have one at home and you're able to get one, that would be great. If not, just listen along. The handouts are in the same place as all the other handouts. Go to banddirectorstalkshop.com, search the word workshop. And the very first article that comes up has the handouts for all of the workshops. Mr. Clardy, if you pre-printed, like if you went in, you're super organized and you printed everything, we added another one today. So you should have two handouts, whether you're here or at home. There is the outline for the clinic, where you can take extra notes if you'd like. And then there is a big, thick handout. It has exercises on it. It is going to look more like this, and it's about 13 pages. So there's a new handout on there, so make sure that you get that. If you are from Texas, you probably know the name Dick Clardy, but we have people online from all over the U.S. and some international. So I will just tell you, he is a legend in Texas as far as band. I had him when I was going into 10th grade, and I came to WT Band Camp, and I had Mr. Clardy and Randy Story for my band directors, and I couldn't have asked for two better people. If you were in Russ Tevelite's clinic, he talked about that person who gave him the brass lip slurs and put his hand on his shoulder and said, "You're going to do these every day, right?" That was Mr. Clardy. And he has made a huge difference in so many kids' lives, not only in his own program in the Colony and other places he's taught, and now in Fort Worth, right? Fine arts director, making a huge difference. But he really made a difference in the lives of kids that had him for 2 weeks at band camp as well. So if you're at home and you haven't sent kids to band camp, I encourage you. All of us that bring kids to camp know what a difference that can make. So please welcome Mr. Clardy.
Thank you, Tamara. She's pretty amazing. Let's hear it for Tamara. The information that she's created via her website is just amazing, and the things she's doing for our profession. She's known pretty much nationally. All right, my name is Dick Clardy. I'm the director of instrumental music for Fort Worth. I'm head of bands and orchestras in the mariachi and the secondary schools. I've done that, I guess, about 6 years. I was a high school band director. I was an assistant high school band director. I was a middle school head band director. I was a junior high 7, 8, 9 band director. I taught trumpet at University of North Texas on a one-year replacement, and I did a lot of work there at that school. I'm a graduate of West Texas State University, now WTAMU. I've taught this camp since about 1975. Not recently, though, unfortunately, but I've been around this camp a long time. I came to this camp as a kid entering 9th grade. I grew up in Odessa, so I know a little bit about West Texas. Isn't the campus beautiful? It's just awesome. Yes. And we went through the library today and the media center in the bottom. It's just amazing, the technology in this school. And I was really amazed. Okay, we're going to talk trumpet. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to assume you don't know a lot about it. We're just going to kind of do the logistics of playing the trumpet. Case, trumpet, and mouthpiece, that's very, very important. When you start, the case needs to be flat on the floor. Parts of the instrument, I'm sure you are aware of that if you're a woodwind player, but basically I explained to the students about the valves, the valve casing, the 3 valves, the first slide, the second slide, the third slide, and I make them notice that this is a half step, this is a full step, this is 3 half steps. So when you move the valves, you're able to go between the open notes. All the open notes are part of the overtone series. It's just like a bugle, except it has valves. So it's very, very important. The bell, the lead pipe, the main tuning slide, the spit valves, the third slide. So that's very, very important. We take 2 or 3 days and talk about that. The mouthpiece, the rim, the cup, how to hold it. We hold the mouthpiece this way when we start. So that's reiterated in every class many, many times. So I've given you an array of mouthpieces that are good. I've heard great players in all types of mouthpieces. Sometimes we play, the quote, professional college people play bigger mouthpiece because the trumpet teacher says that. That's not always the case. One of the best trumpet players to go to in North Texas played on a 7C. So whatever works for the kid. Lips are thicker, thinner, bigger, smaller. So find what they sound good on and that they can maneuver around on the horn. Generally larger lips, fuller lips will need a bigger mouthpiece. So that's a concern. I play on a 1.5 B mouthpiece with a big backbore. This is a large B flat trumpet. Most people play on a medium large. So students that you have probably will play on a medium large. And there's a lot of good trumpets made now. This is a Bach. I played on a Binge when I was here at WT. Yamaha makes a good horn. There are a lot of great trumpets, so just figure it out. Bach generally is the standard, but it's gone through good and bad times. It's, I think, back doing really, really well. You're going to need lubrication, valve oil and slide lubricants. And to clean it, you can clean a whole trumpet without taking out the valves with just some warm soapy water. You could put like a dot of dishwasher soap, turn the water on lukewarm or more, you just let it wash through there. Blow it out and do the same thing here. They'll do that like 2 or 3 times a month. Everything should stay pretty clean because it washes out the baked up oil or the built up oil on the valves, and it will wash out. This is how I oil my valves. I take out the first slide, I drop it right there, and just move my valves. Okay? Sometimes second slide you can do that. I don't take the slides out or the valves out because kids don't put them back right. And some of the less expensive trumpets, the valve guides strip, so it's a big problem. All right?
So if you drop it in that slide and wiggle them, it
goes through,
oils all of them?
It goes through the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And people will say put grease on these. I just put a little dot of valve oil on my third slide. This thing needs to work. All right? So you get a stiff trumpet, you need to get that to work. If you can't do it with some type of I put a little bit of pumice on it or from a soap, and it'll work it out pretty fast and make sure you clean it very, very well. But this needs to work as well as the slides, all right? Because the fingering for D is not 1 and 3, but it's 1 and 3 and slide. It's not 1 and 3. You can teach that from the beginning. C sharp is even stronger. So 1/2 inch about for D, full inch or more for C sharp, okay? We'll talk a little bit more about that. Posture. You should be able to stand up from where you sit. So if your feet are out here or back here, you can't stand. So, Arnold Jacobs says if you can stand up, then that's good posture, all right? You need to sit the same way in your chair. Sit on your sit bones, head erect, body strong. Make sure the instrument comes to you. You'll see pictures of trumpet players and they play with their head down. Make sure the head's up and just bring the trumpet to them, all right? It's very, very important. Feet flat on the floor, body should be balanced. Shoulders relaxed, sit up straight, forward, and spine straight. Counting activity. The first thing I do with beginners is I try to get engaged in a counting activity, all right? So let's talk about your foot, all right? Everybody move your foot, right foot, and let's go down, up, down, up, down, up. They like that. Okay, so when you're teaching all the basics of the instrument, if you can do that a little bit every day, then they understand the concept of the foot. Is your foot still going? You can talk to them. Make sure they're still doing that. Okay, they have fun. And then we try to work on the lengths of the foot tap. How do they apply to the measure? In 4/4 time, where it's going to be 4 taps, down and up. Ready? 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. Then you evolve that into your breathing, which is the next topic, okay? Moving air in and out, body slowly and efficiently. I see so many bands that I connect on the bands, they'll take air and then they'll hold it. That's exactly wrong, in my opinion. The air should always be moving in and out. Bring in your air and hold it. Tension, all right? Bring it in and out without stopping. Is there as much tension? No. So make sure the air is moving in. So if you hear a group go and then play, they should be going just like a golf swing, which I'm not very good at, but it's back, You don't really, well, some I guess Charles Barkley holds it, but his swing is terrible. So it's boom, all right? So in and out. Okay, observe it. Stomach, what does the stomach do? Arnold Jacobs says the stomach expands first, fill from the bottom. So expand here. He actually told his brass students, and by the way, he taught breathing to all different types of players. With one lung, he had just one lung, by the way, playing the tuba. So I got out of the picture, didn't I? I'm sorry. All right, so expand the stomach, shoulders relax and rise naturally. Fill the stomach first from the bottom. Air moves continuing in and out, as I said before, no tension, and an organic breath. So we work on that. Breathe thinking O and up. Everybody, let's do that. So breathe thinking O and up. There are people like singers and some clarinet teachers that teach that you tuck the tummy in and you breathe. I don't think that's correct. That's not anatomically correct. So basically you're expanding the intercostals. This is expanding, and think about maybe from the bottom up. All right, let's go back to that foot activity. Now you've done this a few days. Now you're gonna breathe in for 2 counts. Ready? Breathe in. Out 4, 2, 3, 4. So do those types of exercises. They like that. So watch them, listen to them, show them, make the breath sound low and relax. Again, stomach expands on the inhalation. All right? So extrapolate that to where we've done that a week or so and keep working on that. Hand position, left hand holds the instrument, the valve casings, thumb goes in the saddle. Some people have, like this gentleman has a trigger which you push, but basically the saddle here and here. Years ago, Vincent Bach did not put any slides on his horns. He said, well, you can play it too, you can live it down. And I know some people like John Haney talked to him about, hey, why don't you put some triggers on your instrument where you can manipulate the slides. And he finally convinced him to do that. So thank those people. But the left hand holds the instrument around the casing, thumb in the saddle, okay, and the ring finger in the third slide ring, or the third slide ring here, I'm sorry, and the pinky up here on this little contraption that helps you hold. If they have a large hand, some people put this finger in, the middle finger. But basically, a small student will put the third finger in there, the ring, and then this will be here, or I put mine down here, okay? Any questions on any of that so far? Okay, right hand, extend the valves, backward C, pinky on top of the pipe, C ring, and arms naturally away. So you see trumpet players. In fact, I was watching the Marine Man the other day. There's some trumpet player that plays like this. Why is he in the Marine Man? Anyway, the trumpet, the arms should be away from most instruments. Not, you know, this is stupid looking. Just naturally away from the body, all right? So they can breathe. Any questions on any of that so far? Goals are indisputable. Go slow for the correct setup. All right, let's all think about what we're going to say here. This is probably the most important part here. Bottom of the page. The lips must be free, supple to vibrate. No excessive tension or mouthpiece pressure. That's what we as trumpet players always work on, excessive mouthpiece pressure. I'm going to talk about a few little things that you can do to help them figure out how to do less of that and have more cushion for the mouthpiece. Setup must look right. More important than the first buzz. You'll have kids that won't make a buzz for a few days probably. If they still look right, it's going to happen eventually. Go slow. If the lips are touching, wet, and the mouthpiece is correct, they will buzz. Think M and M. Everybody say M, M. So the lips kind of come together at the end of that word. That's how they should feel. Use a mirror. How many of you use mirrors with your beginners? It's a must. Look for supple lips, firm corners, generally a flat chin, and cheeks grabbing the face bones. Not pull back, not smiling. I say firm, but grabbing the cheekbones, I kind of like that. Everybody think about their corners being firm and grabbing the cheekbones. So the face is against the bone, okay? Face should look natural generally, okay? So again, supple lips, firm corners, flat chin, cheeks grabbing the face bones. I will go over what an embouchure is. I'll talk about the word, we'll spell it, and I'll say teeth, half an inch apart, lips together, rid of the lip, inside the mouthpiece, lips moist or not moist, firm corners, natural face, flat chin, all those types of things so that they can see it. And then with the mirror, hopefully they're going to be able to mimic that and see it in the mirror. Upper lip is the main or primary vibration area. It must be free to buzz. If I take a pencil, if I buzz my lips, they still buzz, right? It stops. So you got to have more the mouthpiece pressure here, less here, okay? The bottom lip kind of buzzes sympathetically with the top lip. Again. I mean, it's as simple as that, right? So, if a student is not able to do that, then they're going to have a hard time. So, how could we help that? Number one, let's blow into our hand. The blow should come basically straight out or a little bit down. Anybody doing something different? Anybody blowing up? If they're blowing up, what's the problem? Not a problem, but what's happening? Yeah, upstream. There are some good trumpet players that play kind of flat and upstream. They're unusual. I had a kid that was just fantastic, but he lacked endurance and upper range, and he played, guess what, upstream. I said, Jamie, you have to change this. So before his senior year, he did that, and he made All-State. You know, somebody didn't watch him when he was early. He didn't really have an underbite. That would be an underbite, kind of a bulldog look. So most people have an overbite. So you want to have the blow come fairly straight and down. And so that would, if it comes down, then basically your mouthpiece pressure is here, and you're blowing down a little bit. So the mouthpiece is away. Here's the lips. So the mouthpiece, so this is less tension. So if the mouthpiece were coming in straight, then you've got more pressure here. So lean the instrument down a little bit, and the mouthpiece pressure, or the mouthpiece angle down, and so that's a little bit less pressure here. Does that make sense? Now, there's millions of different looks of great trumpet players that play at all different angles. So, like Dr. Tevelat, when he came to camp, he played, you can't tell him I said this, but his angle was way down. It was like way down. So when he started trying to play lip slurs, as he said, he figured out that he couldn't really do that. And another good player that came here, John Korak, who teaches at some university in Illinois, he was that way when he started. So Mr. Tevelat played kind of like here. So we want it to be more like this, all right? But slightly down. So you'll see that on most trumpet players.
What if they have a severe overbite and don't plan to get braces?
You just got to work with it.
Do they still need to keep it up?
Yeah, the jaw needs to come down and forward a little bit.
Okay.
You can practice doing the blow. That's a really good question, all right? A lot of kids will practice that way because they don't have a music stand at home. So they'll sit there on their bed or wherever and they'll look over their trumpet to their music so their horn goes down too much. So really encourage them to get a music stand and use it correctly. All right? Any other questions? All right, so the lower lip is the main mouthpiece anchor. The upper lip is the main vibrating. Think like it's kind of like a guitar string, the upper lip, and the bottom one is like the fret of a guitar. Does that make sense a little bit? The airflow must be a sufficient quantity to enable the lips to vibrate efficiently and energetically. So we do play wind instruments, so that's very, very important. Wind in song, as Arnold Jacobs says, work to start early on students' hearing instead of feeling. What does that mean, hearing? You work on your ear. Like singing, match this pitch. Can you hum this? And then actually, when I'm really playing well, and I think any player will say that, they're thinking about what they want the instrument to sound like. And so they're not thinking about all the mechanics, they're doing it freely. So wind and song. And Arnold Jacobs did not believe there is a correct way to buzz. He says, if you look in the art of brass playing, all those players on there were fabulous players, and they all look pretty strange, some of them. Chikowitz, he would always, on purpose, set his mouthpiece before he engaged his upper lip. He would set it on the lower lips. So your idea of concepts of sound, you're working on their ear and trying to get them the concept of sound. All right, let's see if we can initiate the buzz. No scientific study has adequately measured all the variables involved in brass playing. Some say buzz, some say do not buzz. Very famous guy in here, I put some of his exercises. He says don't ever buzz. He was a pretty good player, and he taught a lot of players in Los Angeles. So I believe in a little bit of buzz. Lips alone, Jim Stamp, he does all the free buzz. He does that without the instrument. So the goal is on that M and the 2 T top is to bring the lips together. Mouthpiece alone, hold in left hand between thumb and forefinger. I always work to get my kids to finger and then to buzz with their left hand. Hold where the mouthpiece leaves the instrument. What pressure is needed is added after you breathe. Here are some good books. James Thompson, The Buzzing Book, if you're into that. Lips, and mine is Lips need to be in an optimum position to be free and efficient to buzz on their own. So let's take our mouthpiece. Let's hold it with the right hand. Most people are right-handed right now. So say the word sim. Make sure your lips are moist. Name the parts of the embouchure. I did it a minute ago. What do you play?
A clarinet.
All right. Talk to me about the clarinet. What are the parts of the clarinet embouchure?
Parts of the clarinet.
What about the corners?
Firm.
Firm, all right. What about the chin?
Flat.
Generally flat, yes. What else? Lips, where are they? So that's what I'm asking about the trumpet. Now you do it.
Trumpet. Firm
Yes.
corners.
Firm corners. All right. What did I say about anchoring them against what?
The cheeks. Yeah.
The bone of the face, yes, the cheeks. All right. What else? Chin?
Chin is flat.
Flat, yes, good. Lips?
Lips. Far. Relax.
Yeah, I think that you can say they're not relaxed, there's just no tension, all right? What else? Their lips are moist, they're inside the mouthpiece. I didn't talk about the mouthpiece. Generally is 50-50 on a mouthpiece on a trumpet. What else? Teeth, are they clenched?
They're apart.
They're apart, good. Stick your pinky in your mouth. That's kind of generally the width that you want your teeth apart, all right? What about your face? Serious? Natural. All right, good. What about the ears? Do we wiggle the ears and the eyebrows go up? Face is natural. Okay, I'm messing with you. All right. I never mess with kids, so I'm doing it to you. All right. Anything else? Did you miss anything? Corners. Anchored against the teeth. Lips. Moist inside the mouthpiece. Face.
Natural.
Right. Chin.
Flat.
Teeth.
Slightly open.
Slightly open, yes. All right. Anything else? Red of the lip, inside the mouthpiece. Lips are moist. All right, good. You'll see trumpet players that'll do this, after they play. I used to do that. I think you need to generally play on wet lips. All right, let's see if we can say M and just blow our air. Ready? We're not playing right now. Ready? So if the lips are together, you're still not hearing a buzz, then they're just slightly apart. So listen to me, watch me. Try this, just with your hand right here. What should it sound like? Should it sound really high and or low and relaxed? Low and relaxed. That's the answer. Ready? Do it again. All right. Now let's see if we can do that and just pull this away and keep buzzing. Ready? Did that help a little bit? Some people need the mouthpiece to hold the embouchure, okay? I think that's the point on for people that want to buzz, that they think the mouthpiece kind of helps them form it. So you're going to have all different types of people from one end to the other that free buzz. I remember Don Baird, who was our low brass teacher when I went here, and he was phenomenal. He would go around buzzing his lips all the time. It made me so mad. He could buzz everything. I really couldn't do that. I couldn't do that when I was in college. I've learned to do it. So I guess I was an all right trumpet player in college. I got better. But anyway, you're going to have kids of all sorts. I just told you that famous teachers say, don't buzz. Some say, yeah, you got to buzz. All right, so you got to figure that out. So that's a way that you can get kids to feel the buzz. And most everybody can do that. Let's do that again. Ready? Lips are moist. Take a long, relaxed breath. Now this time try to start it with air and you just barely put the lips together and see if you can get them to buzz. So ready? Lips are moist. All right. After you're confident that they're doing that, then you can start doing that with a mouthpiece. Let's see if I can do that. Ready? So I'll do that with a kid that's really tight. I'll have them blow air first, and we put the mouthpiece on, continue to blow air, and just barely put the lips together, and they should buzz, and then pull it off, and they're still blowing air with the same set. Let's see if we can do that. Ready? 1, we're going to breathe on 4. 1, 2, 3. We're still blowing. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. So I've had kids at this camp that I've said, well, you get in front of your mirror, they're in your dorm, and you do this 50 times before you come back tomorrow or whatever. Because their mouthpiece is too low or it's over here and there's no real reason for that. Does that make sense? I think it's a good exercise. And I still do that. Like I've been practicing really hard this week because I sounded, my wife would say, this is Mary, my wife, she said, man, you didn't sound very good. Oh, you sound better today. Oh, you're getting better. So in fact, I was here at the band room practicing last night and I was afraid somebody would be listening. So I went late. But I think that works. Now, you're a trumpet player and I know you're really good. Do you disagree with anything I've said?
No, I always have the kids, when they buzz, without the mouthpiece, I put 2 fingers.
Right.
It's hard to get.
Right.
Your
Sometimes if the chin rides up, I'll say, let's hold your chin. Or I'll do this. This is good. I've done this. Do that. Ready? Blow air. Just stick your fingers. Just make sure they're anchored. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Did that help some of you buzz? A little bit? Yeah. So all different types of things work. All right, let's just do our checklist again. Face, natural face, flat chin, firm corners, teeth apart, tongue out of the way. Can place the shank of the mouthpiece between the teeth, which is kind of like your pinky. All right. Bottom lip curled in, saying not too much, just a little bit. Can drift more up than down. The mouthpiece. Keep red of the lip inside the cup. Hold mouthpiece with 2 fingers and thumb. Try not to do this. So 2 fingers, thumb, not too much pressure, and then the mouthpiece will kind of gravitate to the right angle. So I think that's real important. Tilt slightly down to free the upper lip. We talked about that, remember up here. If the blow, you're afraid they're going upstream, you can check the blow. I do that jaw. I used to say this a lot of beginners, adjust the jaw to make the blow come out straight or not to be too far down. So, like Mr. Tevelite, he was playing downstream. He's generally, as he did slurs, he learned how to push his jaw forward a little bit to where he wasn't as far down. So, adjust the jaw. There's a jaw thrust as you play lower. For most brass instruments, it goes down and out. So that will help that a little bit, okay? Anchor more to the bottom lip. Lips are wet and center of lips are soft, poo. Sometimes if they're too tight, you can kind of, hey, just do that to where they get the sensation of buzzing, something moving. The coffee straw between the lips. So you can take your lips and put them together and do a coffee straw. Put the mouthpiece over the coffee straw and they're blowing through that little coffee straw. You can pull the coffee straw out and the lips should buzz. How many have done that? That's a cool thing that works. I tried to go buy some coffee straws that are none in Canyon. So anyway, you know the little bitty straws, I think those are really good. Think Sim or M&M, all right? First try is non-judgmental. Oh, why aren't you doing that? Doesn't matter, just keep going down the road. Don't be judgmental. Oh, you'll get it next time. Usually a low C or a second line G will happen, all right? And it doesn't matter. Items to demonstrate. The look shows 1,000 words, so be non-judgmental, always with the group, and then one at a time. Let's do the mouthpiece, and let's just kind of do that. Ready? I'm going to do it, and then you're going to do it. All right? Let's assume that we've done the sim, we've done the coffee straw, and all that. Ready? Sorry. I used to be on stage a long time ago. I forgot what to do. Ready? Okay, good. Good. Non-judgmental. All right, I hear somebody playing really high over here. Do it again. One. Me first. 1, 2, 3. Make your sound calmer, okay? Take a bigger, more relaxed breath. Make sure the energy is at the beginning, through the note, to the back of the note, okay? And it can be an airy buzz, that's fine. Ready? Again, 1, 2, 3. Talk anything about the tongue, you're just saying, just blow, all right? So Caruso used the breath attack. So Caruso used like the magic 6 notes. It would be second line G, breath, tongue, whole note, all right? Half, whole note. So breath, tongue, and then push the ear on the third one. So I'm gonna do that right. Here's Caruso. So that's what we're doing here. Let's start with the breath attack. If you want to add the tongue, as you get in the 3rd or 4th or 5th week, then do that, and then push the ear on the 3rd note. So it's or breath, tongue, push the air, then you rest forward, and then go up to G sharp. Tongue, push the air. This is like 8 weeks in, all right? This is not the first 3 or 4 weeks. Now let's do that on a G. 1, 2, breath attack. All right, what did I say about the air? Yeah, push. So what about the how it should sound? That's what I meant to say. I didn't say it right. It should be calm, right? Organize your ear to be energy at the beginning, at the end. And what the breath attack does, it forces the lips together. That guy was brilliant, Caruso. So you're forcing the lips. If you say breath attack, and the lips, for some reason, kind of come together. All right, do it again. 1, 2, 3, breath attack. My buzz is real efficient right now. Is yours getting better? Yes? You're a trombone player. Would you do it for us? 1, 2, 3, breath attack. 3, 4. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Very good. Anybody have a comment? What about the first note? Was it a breath attack?
No.
Oh, was it? Did you think it was a breath attack?
No, I timed. I forgot.
Yeah. Okay, so those are comments. It was very good, really solid. Careful not to get the mouthpiece too low. Everybody again. 1. Was I non-judgmental? Sort of. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So if everybody's kicking along pretty good, you can hear everybody's matching pitch. Then you can probably do that pretty fast. Everybody sing the pitch on a la. Ready and la, la, sing it, la. And if kids don't like to do that, so you just kind of go around a little bit lower, a little bit higher, you know. Kids, some will match it right off. So get them to use their ear. Let's buzz that pitch. Sing the pitch, Levi.
La.
Good, la. So we're up a half step. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Sing that. Sing the pitch before. La. Now sing both pitches after me. La, la, la. Kids have a hard time with half steps and even buzzing. All right, let's buzz that. Listen to me buzz it, please. Your turn. Class, very good. All right, so non-judgmental. Always talk about sitting up, like you weren't sitting up a minute ago. Correct posture as you show each student. All right, good. Calm and relaxed face and body. They're going to want to look tight. So just remind them about that. That's very important. Show the place on the mouthpiece to each student. Check them. If something in your class happens, it's your fault. It's wrong. If it's wrong, you allowed it to happen. If you allow bad things in your class, it's your fault. It's your fault if you allow bad things to happen in your class. Did I say it's your fault? Yes, I did. That's very important. Blow air in and out with the hand. Let's do that. Let's blow in with 2 counts. Show our hand. Watch me. Ready? And I'll ask again, how many counts in? I said 2, so how many out did I blow? Because we've already done the foot. 4. So let's do that. In 2, out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's important about the breath? I said it earlier.
That it's consistent and
Never stops. You don't hold it. It's always in and out. Keeps your body relaxed. So, you know, if you watch a little baby in a crib, they're just, that's how we're supposed to breathe. Now, you put stress because you're playing an instrument, that elevates it, but basically that's what you're trying to do. All right, inhale and exhale with class, 2 in, and then you do 4 out, 6 out, 8. Show them how to hold the mouthpiece every day. Blow air through mouthpiece. Some people do that. Would stick the mouthpiece in there, you know, and just go. That shows them a little bit of resistance. Some people put the end of the mouthpiece between their teeth, and they'll breathe in that way to show that they can try to really force the air in. This is really good. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many do that? That's good. The oval in the hand, I showed you that. Breathe and blow, change nothing and blow. We did that. Do this with the mouthpiece. Goal is to correct look to a fuzzy buzz, low relaxed sound. I said that. One way, try blowing air, then air to airy buzz, then to regular buzz, to airy buzz, to air. Let's do that. So we're going to blow air, and we're going to kind of go to an airy buzz, and then a little more firm buzz. Yes, sir?
I had a good question in regards to this breathing exercise here. I notice when we breathe in and we blow out, if the student, if their cheek puffs out, do you address it?
This is just getting them to move air.
Okay.
That's a great question. Yeah, I had a daughter that took a lesson with a principal horn in Cincinnati, and man, this old lady, she was like, move the air. So that's just a way for them to hear the air coming in and out, all right? That's a very good question. No, we don't want to get tense, but really move the air in, all right? And that's a great exercise to do so they, you know, little girls don't want to breathe sometimes, and little boys. So that's a great way to show them and really be conscious about that all the time. All right, so we're going to take the mouthpiece and we're going to put it to the lips after we blow. Then we're going to get airy buzz, and we're going to try to get a finer, more sophisticated buzz, back to an airy, back to air, and then we're going to pull the mouthpiece off. Staying set. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So a lot of that, okay? Good, good, good. So the goal is that you want it to look right, and you want a healthy, efficient sounding buzz. No buzz, the lips are probably apart, or airspeed too slow, or lips too hard, all right? So you can work on that. Tight and pinch buzz, soften lips, and blow through mouthpiece. Gradually bring lips together. Tubby sounding, buzzy on, inside, or shiny part. Think poo and keep inside, fleshy part touching teeth. That's probably what's happening. Puffy cheeks, we don't want that. Review the embouchure and blow more focused air. Out mouthpiece and bring lips closer until they vibrate. Solid buzz, have them do it more and longer. A lot of echo playing as you go. Breath, breathe in long notes. Sorry, misspelling. Breathe in long notes buzz with teacher, students, teacher, etc. So a lot of rote stuff. All right, me play, you play. Long notes. Goal is to make a sound that lasts a long time. Organize air to be calm and consistent. Ask a lot of open-ended questions. To play lower, use calmer air. Let the aperture become wider and lower. Direct air more upward or forward or straight out. And, drop the jaw. Shape darker vowel sound inside mouth. Ooh, ah, oh. To play higher, use energized air. Slightly firmer corners. Aperture smaller. Let lips vibrate closer to the edge of the red. Direct airstream more downward. Shape valve brighter inside mouth. All right?
There was a question. Can you please demonstrate the airy buzz, clean buzz thing alone to really hear the difference?
I'll try. A lot of people on low brass really like the airy buzz. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Hear it a little bit? It's not very airy, is it? Hear a little difference there? Okay, so an airy buzz I think is good. It's very good. All right. For some reason, I turned the page early. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. So I guess I did. No, I did. It's good. All right. Any questions about any of that?
We have about 5 minutes.
All right, good. So this first page of the other one, let's do that with our mouthpiece. So we're going to go glissando, and we're going to talk about pitch bending, because I think that's really a way for you to make sure kids are moving their embouchure and getting the right amount of fleshy part between the mouthpiece and the bone. And that's what we want to be efficient when we play brass instruments. So here's a G. Let's see if we can do that. Let me play that. Can I? All right, so here's a G. All right, let's buzz that, please. One, hold up, and we're going to slide. Try to get every note in between. 1, 2, ready. Again, 1, 2, 3. All right, listen. One, two, three. All right, good. Now the lip bend, and I know you do this around Remington's, like concert F to E. See if we can buzz that. G to F sharp. 1, 2, and we'll move right on count 1 on F sharp. 1, 2, 3. All right, so you would do this on your horn, and then you would actually try to buzz it with the same open hand fingering. Again on our mouthpiece, and then we're going to use our horns if you have a horn. 1, 2, 3, G to F sharp. Okay, and then I'll do the next line, which is G to F sharp to G. All right, buzz it with me. I'm going to do the bend. 1, 2, ready. So when you bend there, you're actually moving your lips forward, and so it's creating a little bit more meat in there. So this is a great exercise for their ear, their embouchure, everything. And if kids kind of play on the high side of the pitch, it'll help them play more to the center. Does that make sense? Okay, look at the next one. It's kind of a start of the Chickowitz study. All right, we're moving along. We're going to buzz G, F sharp, G, A, C. 1, 2, ready. Who wants to do that? Miss Clardy, would you do that? 1, 2, ready. Let's give a clap for Miss Clardy. Good job. All right, together. Buzzing again. 1, 2, ready. So you would play it, bend it, play it, bend it. All right? That's a great way. That'll extend their range down. It'll get the suppleness on their embouchure correct, because they're bending and pushing forward. It's kind of like bending the pitch maybe down on saxophone. You actually move the embouchure, don't you? A little bit. And then it'll help you extend the range and find pitches. So let's look at the fourth line. That's like the first Chickowitz flow study, I think. Let's buzz it. 1, 2, every note. So these studies were developed by Vincent Chikowitz. He played in the Chicago Symphony and was a great teacher for many, many years. And the exercises are basically built around the open, each position on the instrument, but the instrument plays slightly lower on the F sharp, and I think his intention of that is to make the sound fatter and bigger. And then he put notes in between all the open notes to extend the range. And of course, it was also an airflow study. So these go all the way up, you know. And those are all based on each valve position and the notes in between, and they go all the way up to high C and D and beyond. So these are kind of extensions of that. The Dallas Brass presented this. I think it's really, really good. So you can use this with your students on just the basic notes, bending pitches a half step lower with the valve, and then with the mouthpiece. I think they're excellent. All right.
Wrap up.
I want to just talk to you a little bit about these exercises as you extend. The second page is just easy basic slurs that kids at the end of the first semester and sixth grade can do. And then continuing on bending notes up and down using your mouthpiece. The second page, here's some slurs that I did that you can are extended and move along, and you can do it quicker with 16th notes. More slurs there on the next two pages. There's the Chikowitz studies and all the keys. Studies 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are great, awesome. Flow studies, and I know a lot of bands are using that. Then articulation using dynamics and long tones. And then again, all of these you can use with the mouthpiece and then play on the instrument. So flexibility, extending the ranges up and down, I think that's very, very important. So are there any questions? I know we've gone over a lot of stuff, but there's no right way to start instruments. And on trumpet, there's a lot of different opinions, but it's basically slow and a lot of rote teaching. Make sure that it looks right. You're incorporating the sound, the humming, or of the pitches. They can do that. They can match pitch with the mouthpiece after they do that with you, and then they learn to sing the pitch. I think that's really, really important that you develop their ear along with this. Okay?
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you ever, because I know when I observed at Canyon, they used a straw, and like Dr. Tedlight taught us on it, to add a straw to the mouthpiece to add resistance to help with the buzz.
Uh-huh.
Is that?
Yeah, we talked about that. Yes, I agree with that. We stuck it into the lips and blow. You're talking about, yeah, pushing the air, yeah. Yeah, like the teacher at Tech, Strider, he does a little pinwheel thing. That's absolutely good. That's great. Yeah, I always talk about when kids don't use enough air, you're blowing here, you need to blow to the end of the lead pipe. Or your sound is here, push your sound to the wall. All those middle things are really, really good. Absolutely.
There's a question online she says, as tips for a flute playing teacher who's great at buzzing and playing high, but not at buzzing and playing low, which that would apply to students as well.
Yeah, I would just be more relaxed about how the face looks and get the vibration to sound lower. And a lot of that is the breathing is not relaxed. You know, if they look like this, they're going to buzz too high, all right? So that's a great question. And a lot of kids will try, they're trying to please you, and they're just too tense, and you just got to work on that, all right? That's a great question.
All right,
And
thank you.
a common problem. Thank you very much.
Okay, we will be back on this same channel in hopefully 6 minutes. We'll see if we can get switched over that quickly, and we'll be back for the 2:30 workshop about resources for you and your students.